Obviously, I've got to take some form of time to acknowledge what's gone on for me, but I also feel that I had been pushing for this moment for a good 5 or 6 years.
And it is a Matildas debut for Clare Hunt.
So now that it's here, I feel like I had 5 or 6 years preparation, I suppose mentally and emotionally and physically for this moment. Obviously big things are coming and there's high stakes, high pressure, but I feel like I'm becoming more and more prepared for that and have been preparing for that for a long time. Knowing how difficult it is to make the national team, I only have a huge sense of pride for mates that obviously reached that feat, and one of those being Clare Wheeler. She was my best friend through Young Matildas and through we were at Sydney Uni together. I feel proud that I have friends that obviously achieved that. So I knew the difficulty and how hard you had to work to get there. So for me it was more of a motivator, and I knew that, okay, if one of my friends can do it and I've been around her, why can't I? Obviously didn't give up on my path with the setbacks, so it's been nice to, I suppose, reap the rewards of that. I feel really, really proud of myself, and for me, for a long time, that was really, really difficult to say, because I would always put so much energy and time and resources into things, and they would never amount to what I thought they would. And I think once you take away that expectation and just try and enjoy each process and each experience that you have, the more you can get out of it, and regardless of the outcome, you know that you're learning, you're growing, you're challenging yourself.
Keep going, Rasso, come on.
To bring an energy and effort that I am proud of and that can motivate other players. That is what I would bring to the environment, and a lot of what I do, and obviously in games and high pressure situations, you just resort to what you know you can do and what you're good at. So I don't think about it, it just naturally comes. So for me, if it's, you know, supporting a teammate, or if it's communicating, or if it's work ethic in the 95th minute, I feel like I just try and contribute what I am good at and just go from there. I think that's the beauty of it. Sometimes you don't know if you're ready. Sometimes you don't know if you're prepared, and sometimes you can feel super prepared and then go into a situation and not be prepared. So I think the best way to go about it is knowing what resources you do have and understanding, visualising some of the roadblocks you might have in terms of the preparation, in terms of the tournament. This is where I'm at, this is where I have to be, this is what I might come into. There might be unexpected things that I have to run into, you know, during that time period. How can I develop myself to best respond to whatever comes up? Yeah, Dad would drive, you know, 3-4 times a week to Canberra, which was a 2.5 hour one-way trip. So we'd obviously leave school at 3:30, get straight in the car, Canberra, training at, you know, 6 o'clock, train for 2 hours, and then Dad would drive home. We'd get home at some ridiculous hour and probably do it again the next day. So I had immense support from Mum and Dad throughout, obviously, my later years of school, because it was managing HSC and stuff like that whilst training. So I think having that experience and knowing how much, obviously, my family, my friends, members of the community were willing to sacrifice for me to, I suppose, pursue my career in football. I feel like they're the people that I immediately think of when I'm stepping out to play, and know that my journey to this point wouldn't have been probably possible without them in it. So I'm quite grateful for the amount of support I've had up until this point.